Welcome to SaftyPedia, where we uncover real crime cases and give you the knowledge to stay safe. Today's story is every homeowner's nightmare. Imagine waking up one day to find out that your home has been sold without your knowledge. That's exactly what happened to Donita Batiste, a Louisiana homeowner whose identity was stolen and her property was sold for $45,000 to an unsuspecting buyer. But this case isn't just about one woman. It's part of a growing crime wave where criminals use identity theft and forge documents to steal homes, and you could be next. In this episode, we'll break down how these scams work, how criminals steal your property without ever setting foot in your house, and most importantly, how to protect yourself from title fraud. Stay tuned. The crime, a home stolen on paper. Donita Batiste had no idea anything was wrong until she received a shocking notification. Her land had been sold. The problem? She had never agreed to any sale. She hadn't signed any papers. She hadn't spoken to any real estate agents. Yet, on paper, her property now belonged to someone else. Panicked, she began digging for answers. What she found was horrifying. Criminals had used a fake ID in her name, created fraudulent paperwork, and successfully sold her land to an insurance company for $45,000. And just like that, Donita was locked in a battle to reclaim what was rightfully hers. But this was just the beginning of the story. How did this happen? At first glance, you might wonder, how could something like this even be possible? Shouldn't there be safeguards to prevent this kind of fraud? The truth is, criminals have mastered the art of stealing properties without breaking in. No masks, no crowbars, no forced entry. Instead, they use a far more sophisticated weapon: paperwork. Here's how they pulled it off. Step 1. Identity theft. The criminals first needed to impersonate Donita. They likely obtained her personal information, her full name, address, and even her social security number through data breaches, phishing emails, or stolen documents. Step 2. Creating a fake ID. Once they had her information, they forged a driver's license with her name, but their own photograph. Step 3. Falsifying the deed. Using that fake identity, the scammers created fraudulent property sale documents, forging Donita's signature and filing them with the county records office. Step 4. Selling the property. Once the title transfer was complete, they quickly sold the land to an unsuspecting buyer. Step 5. Disappearing with the money. By the time anyone realized what had happened, the criminals had already vanished, taking the $45,000 with them. But what made this case even scarier was that Donita's stolen identity wasn't just local fraud, it was tied to an international crime ring. Investigators soon discovered that the fake ID used in the sale was linked to Sierra Leone, a country in West Africa. The stolen money, it had been funneled through a suspicious bank account in the Bronx, New York. This wasn't just a random scam. It was part of a highly organized international operation targeting homeowners across the United States. In fact, law enforcement agencies say that real estate fraud rings are now operating globally, stealing property titles, laundering money, and exploiting legal loopholes to disappear before victims even realize what's happened. And Donita isn't alone. Real estate, title fraud, a growing epidemic. Across the US, thousands of homeowners have fallen victim to similar scams. The FBI reports that real estate fraud causes over $350 million in annual losses. And experts say that title theft is one of the fastest growing forms of identity crime. Scammers don't just target empty lots like Donita's. They go after homes, rental properties, and even vacation homes. And once your name is removed from the title, you might not even find out until it's too late. In some cases, homeowners don't discover the fraud until they try to sell their home, only to learn that legally they don't own it anymore. So, how can you protect yourself? How to protect yourself from title fraud. The good news is that while real estate fraud is on the rise, There are several steps you can take to safeguard your property and prevent this from happening to you. Check your property records regularly. Visit your county's land registry website and look up your property records. Make sure no unauthorized transfers have been made in your name. Sign up for title monitoring alerts. Many counties now offer property fraud alerts, which notify you if anyone tries to change ownership records on your property. Freeze your home title. Some services allow you to lock your title, preventing any changes unless personally verified by you. Invest in title insurance. Most homeowners don't realize that regular homeowners insurance doesn't protect against title fraud. A separate title insurance policy can provide financial coverage if someone steals your property's title. Secure your personal information. Shred important documents, use strong passwords, and beware of phishing scams that attempt to steal your identity. Consult a real estate attorney if you're a victim. If you suspect title fraud, act fast. Contact local authorities, a real estate attorney, and your county recorder's office immediately. Denita Batiste is still fighting to reclaim her property in court, and sadly, her case is not unique. Real estate fraud is happening every day, and criminals are getting more sophisticated. Title fraud is one of the most dangerous forms of identity theft because it doesn't just steal your money, it can steal your home, your land, your future. That's why staying informed is your best defense. Check your property records, secure your information, and take action before it's too late. Have you heard of cases like this before? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe to SaftyPedia for more real-life crime, cases and safety tips. Stay aware, stay safe, and we'll see you in the next video.